We are back in the great state of Wisconsin as 50 states in 50 days continues, and we are in Green Bay, Wisconsin for Packers training camp. Maybe you know the guy sitting next to me. I don't really know. This is Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs, obviously two offensive stars for the Green Bay Packers joining us now here. They literally just walked off the practice field. I said to Jordan, so how did it go out there today? He said, good. We had a couple touchdowns. We had a good day. Why was it a good day?
Yeah, it's a good day. I mean, obviously, we had a big play to Wicks there in the 2-minute draw. I think we had a couple really good runs today. I think we started the day off fast, and, it's training camp, so it's a lot of back and forth. Offense with some good plays, defense with some good plays, but a lot of stuff to learn from and get better at.
Josh, how was your day?
They got up out of me today. They got up out of me, but, man, just trying to push myself, be consistent, finish them long runs, try to have as least amount of, minimal errors as possible. But they definitely got it out of me.
This is what I love about Jordan, right? He understands being a true team leader. The thing I always hated about camp was the fans only cheer for the offense. Offense throws the bomb, everybody's all excited. Defense gets a sack or a pick, nothing. Absolute silence. But so Jordan knows you got to have defense to win. Speaking about winning, though, Jordan, this is going to be an extremely tough division. Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago has improved. How confident are you in this team and what you guys have done this offseason that you have an opportunity to win the North?
Yeah, that's always a test for us. That's the main thing we focus on and talk about coming into the season. Like you said, the teams in NFC North have got so much better every year. It's a really good, division to be in. But the main thing is we went 1-5 in division last year. So, we got a real test right there. But the guys we got in this locker room on this team, man, we got the guys to get it done. It's just about going out there and executing on them game days. But like you said, it's a tough division. It's going to be tough games, but that's what we prepare for, and that's what we battle test for.
Josh, you want to add on to that?
Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't play against Mahomes. I didn't been against some guys, but I never knew how good this division was until I got in it. It's really a battle. I feel like we go against the best, and just being able to test ourselves on where we at, try to make as little amount of mistakes against those type of teams. And, they really like playoff games, so it's really a testament to see where we at as a team. And for me, man, I'll just try to bring my best.
You guys are going to be tested early out of the gates, too, with the division rival and the Lions coming to your place. I'm sure that's something you'll focus on a little bit later on. But where you try and not pick up where you left off, but you try and restart this season, right? I know things didn't go the way you wanted in the playoffs last year, losing to the Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card round. What kind of mentality do you have to have for this year now?
It's a fresh start. It's a new slate, new season. It's that mindset, getting back to work, trying to get 1% better every day. Have that mindset to be your best every day, and the next day be even better than that. So focus on that, take it one day at a time. But it's a new season. We're excited about that and kind of move on from last year.
I mean, every day I feel like I look at myself in the mirror, and I ask myself every day if I gave it, everything I had, because only you could really be honest with yourself. So for me, it's just about trying to push myself to the maximum ability that I can bring. And I try to encourage the guys to do the same.
What I want to ask you guys is this, right? Last year was such an interesting year. Jordan gets hurt extremely early in the year. Malik comes in and plays well. But it was like I saw Matt LaFleur morph into a different coach every week based on the roster, the team you were playing, and what you guys needed. Jordan, talk a little bit about Matt's effect on yourself and your development and this offense.
Oh, Matt's been a huge part in my development personally. I mean, he's a guy that is, he's a quarterback coach. He's in the quarterback room with us every day, going through the offense and how we read these plays out, our footwork and everything. So he's been huge in my development. I think he's one of those gurus in the league. And as you said, his ability to understand what we're good at, and when I went down, what Malik's good at, what the offense can focus on, and kind of morph into another different offense was pretty cool to see. And he's one of those guys. I mean, the whole coaching staff, their ability to just find out what the defense has been taken advantage of in other games and come out and run those things is pretty cool.
Josh, you come from the Raiders where you led the league in rushing before, but you get here and you're into this new offense. How do you feel about the way Matt was able to not only incorporate you into the pass game, but the creativity and the ways he was able to get you the ball in the run game?
Man, I never knew he had that type of offensive mind, honestly. Coming in and being, sit in those meetings and just hear the way he talk and the way he dissects defenses and the way he sees things. It taught me a lot, and that's the thing, you're never at a point where you not feel like you're learning in this game. And so to be able to come out and do that and then him allow me to, get to know me and what type of player I am and allow me to put my spin on the game, I think it was amazing.
Josh, last year you eclipsed 1,300 yards, and a lot of the offense was on your shoulders. First year here in Green Bay, and that's what you were able to accomplish it. How do you replicate that or do better?
Man, you know, I think it's going to get a lot easier. You want to know why? Because I think, you know, we got a lot of guys. Obviously, this guy, he's the head guy, you know, but we got a lot of guys on the offensive side that can get the ball and be explosive. And I think that we're going to get them the ball and be explosive. So it's going to make my job a lot easier, you know. So I'm just looking forward to it, really.
So, Jordan, I'm going to go to you now. Obviously, a lot of investment into this offense. They've retooled the offensive line a little bit through free agency. They invested in the receiving position, taking not one, but 2 receivers in the draft. And so now you have a little more to play with, right? How does that feel?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, as a quarterback, that's what you want. You want to have those weapons, guys to spread the ball around to. And like I said, you know, we got a pretty good guy right here to be able to get the ball to in the run game and the pass game. And then we can spread it to the receivers, tight end room. So we got a lot of guys, and I'm excited to see what we're all about.
Jordan, a big question for me is, this organization has done a great job of keeping a top-tier quarterback, right? It goes from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. They reward you with the contract that you deserve. And so now these high expectations are set by the success you've already created. How has it been dealing with those expectations each and every year?
Yeah, I think that's part of the job. You know, it's always what did you do last year and what are you trying to do this year? You know, how are you trying to build upon that? So, like you said, the contract came with a lot of things, definitely a lot of expectations. And just being here in Green Bay, the expectations bring home that Super Bowl, you know, bring that Lombardi trophy back home. So we always feel that. We talk about it every meeting. We talk about feeling that. We got a void in the meeting room with the empty trophy. The coaches set the expectations, the fans set the expectations, but it's all here. So it's about rising to that level.
So go ahead.
You talk about the empty spot that you got in the meeting room. You just gave like a tour of the lockers, right? So, you know, I mean, listen, the league ain't like college, right? In college, they like everybody's getting a new facility constantly because they're competing. What was that like for you guys, man, to have a new spot and then also for you to be the voice of the crib?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, it makes coming to, you know, do your job a lot more comfortable. You know, you got all the things that you would have, you know, if you was to be able to do it, you know, on your own. And just being able to see how excited the guys was and to actually have a, you know, a player locker room where guys can, you know, really interact with each other and, you know, spend more time with each other, I think it's huge, you know, just for the dynamic of our team. But, man, they really outdid themselves with that.
They're showing the locker room right now. You guys can't see it, but it is special. And this place is special. Like, you look around, this training camp sold out. People lined up in the streets right now to see you guys. And it's like, what is it, day 3 of training camp? Playing here in Green Bay, what kind of expectations did you have coming here, and how has this exceeded them?
Man, I mean, I didn't know what it was going to be like. You know, you always hear about how special it is. And obviously, you know, the rich history, you know it's special. But you never really get to experience it until you're here. And to see the way that this community really values this team and puts their all into this team, I don't think it's really too much like it in the NFL. I mean, it really gives me a college feel. I really feel like it brings, you know, the love and the joy of the game, you know, back. So for me, man, I love it, man. I'm trying to take it in.
Jordan?
Nah, it's special. Like you said, just the fans out here at training camp every day, riding the bikes over with the kids and just having the fans lined up the whole way. So it's a special place. They love the team. They love the Packers, and they want to see us go win.
All right, we gotta go. So on the way out, the Packers this season or blank or what?
We're trying to be Super Bowl champions.
There we go.
Come on, man.
That's it. I was just gonna
also too, though, the NFL, we love. Congratulations.
Yes, a marriage. Yes.
Very much. Thank
Really
you.
amazing,
Appreciate
man.
that,
Congrats.
RC.
Now you got a quarterback as a married man now, man.
A little different. No, ain't nothing different, man.
We love from Jordan Love. All right, guys, we appreciate it. We'll let you go. Thank you so much.
All
All right. So we're going to say goodbye to Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love. Bye. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. We're going to have some defense. Some defensive guys now come on over here. Here we go.
About time we break some defense, huh?
Rashan Gary, Kenny Clark, come on over. Hi, how are you?
Good.
I'm Shae. Nice to meet you. Hi, how are you? Going in for a hug.
You might look too now. Might look light, but it's heavy though.
Come on, sit down. We're live on the air. Let's just all remember that.
we live.
We're live here. SportsCenter continues. 50 states in 50 days. We're here from Packers camp. As now we've got some defensive stars in the house. And guys, I'll start this off how I asked the offensive guys. How did today go out there?
Sorry, Kenny. Man, it went great. It went great. This is day 3 of camp. And, you know, we flying around defensive-wise. We won today in the competition. guys flying around. We doing our thing.
See, now they didn't tell me that. Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs did not say the defense won the day. But
yeah, they gonna hold on to information like that. But like Kenny said, day 3, man, defense flying around, second year in the scheme with Coach Half, and hey, you see the confidence, and we just gotta be consistent.
And that's what I want to ask you about too, though, Rashan. Is you've been a star. I remember seeing you when it was time for you to make your commitment as a 5-star, and you've been a star in this league as well, continuously putting pressure on the quarterback. I love the aggressiveness that Jeff Hafley coached with last year. What's the expectations for this defense in this second year as the defense coordinator?
Yeah, just to be improved from last year, man. The number one thing he's coaching, man, is getting a punch out of tips, man, trying to lead the league in turnovers. And you see the aggression today with every time we tag off on the ball, every punch out the ball. We're being very intentional. But, man, that's the next step for us, man, to be consistent and turn over the ball, because the more we get turnovers, the more the offense will score and the more we will score.
How about for you, Kenny?
Man, I think last year it was a huge step for us defensive-wise, and we playing fast, and we just got to just keep improving. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of great players, and the biggest thing we've been preaching on everybody is just being consistent and chasing greatness. You know what I'm saying? I think you've seen a lot of guys be great, on this defense, and it's different spurts at different times. If we do that collectively and just be consistent with it, the sky's the limit with our defense.
Look, you guys are going to have to play fast. You're in a really competitive division in the NFC North. Everyone's getting better every single year. And so I know there's wide goals, obviously, but when you look around the division, it starts week 1, right? The Lions are coming to town. Where's the focus there?
Man, like you said, it started week 1. We went 1-5 in the division. That can't happen, and it all started week 1, man. We excited to play Detroit, but we're going to keep working here and, take it day by day.
Yeah, just like Kenny said, man, just focus on week 1, but it starts today, and it starts every day throughout all the time until we get there. So today was a good day, good stepping stone. But like Kenny said, we have to be consistent on all 3 levels of the defense, and that's what we're pushing towards. So we keep doing what we got to do throughout camp. We got joint practices coming up, lock in, focus, and by the time game 1 is going to be a show.
Every player has told me they went 1-5 against the division. You think it's ingrained in their brain? You guys know it, right? Something you guys have obviously talked about. Go ahead, Ray.
RG, the thing for me, too, is when you play in Green Bay, it's much like Pittsburgh, right? The expectations are championships. And you guys have been on the cusp of that many years under Matt LaFleur. What's it going to take for you to take that next step and bring that Lombardi back to Title Town?
Yeah, number 1 is always being consistent, and our best players got to be, game time players. So making sure me and Kenny, if it's time to get home or time to get TFL, we got to do that. Same for X. And then it goes to the offense. Same for Josh. 10. We need our best guys to be, you feel me, game mode when it's game time.
Exactly. Yeah, man, the standard is standard. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, our best players got to show up in those huge games. And, I didn't been to 3 NFC championships. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no more time to waste. Going into year 10, I'm trying to get to a Super Bowl. And like I said earlier, start training camp and taking it day by day.
Kenny, how do you reboot after those losses? I went to the Super Bowl, actually lost to Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, and I know how difficult it is to get to the cusp, right? To be right on the edge and not get it done. How have you tried to rebound from those things, and what have you learned? Man,
just understanding that, it's a year-to-year league. Every year is different, and just our organization, like we said earlier, it's all about winning here. It's a winning tradition. So they're gonna bring the best players in and do everything they can to make sure we win. And it's our job to just take care of that.
What's the emphasis for the defense? Stopping the run, getting after the quarterback. Like, where do you guys have where's the emphasis?
Really just causing havoc on all 3 levels, like I said, and just being consistent. We know when all 3 levels is playing, flying around, communicating, we all playing at a high level.
Go ahead.
Same. Playing fast, playing physical, and getting turnovers.
RG, listen, I'm a football nut, right? So I understand the impact that you have on each and every game, even if the sacks don't say it in some games. Shae was talking to me earlier, and we were saying it's like Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Trey Hendrickson are just the names that are ahead of you. Yeah. How do you take that next step to where you become that household name that everybody understands the way that you impact each and every game you play in?
Number 1, just being consistent. Being consistent. That's from stopping a run to causing havoc in play action, to causing havoc in the pass and getting the quarterback down on the ground and just being me. That's all I got to do, focus on being me and just keep on growing my game, and the world going to see.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Rashan, I did see a video of you taking a quiz about the Midwest. And you've been here too long to not know what a bubbler is.
It's a water fountain now.
You know now.
Wait, what is it, Shae?
It's a water fountain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What were you saying? It's like where you go wash your clothes. I'm like, no.
It's a water fountain.
No,
Hey, he knows the answer. Hey, no play at RG, man. He knows exactly what it is.
And the puppy chow, you got to know what that is too. Do you know what puppy chow is?
No, I don't know what that is. Puppy
It's a dessert. It's a dessert that they eat around here.
Okay.
But it sounds like what they feed dogs, though, Shae.
No, it's not. It's like Chex Mix and peanut butter. It's delicious. We'll have to. Someone's gonna have to make it and
also
bring it for
needs
the
a new
defensive
name.
guys. No, it's been a long, way too long. But I'm glad we know now what the bubbler is. So that's good news, guys. We really appreciate
Thank
you
you,
taking the
guys.
time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Kenny
Thank you.
Clark, Rashan Gary here from Packers camp. We're gonna send it back to Bristol. We'll be back here live from Green Bay in a little bit.
Badger State Packers camp. Shae Cornette, Ryan Clark, they're with the top cheese when you talk about the Packers.
Yeah, man, who's routinely, Shae, the toast of Titletown, Matt LaFleur.
That's right. Matt LaFleur joining us now. He doesn't really need an introduction. The minute he started walking across the field, we heard the fans yelling, everyone yelling for him here. Coach, thanks so much for being with us here. We're happy to be in the great state of Wisconsin. Why are you giving me that look? He's giving me that look because he learned a little information right before we came on air. Yes, I know.
I don't think I should be sitting next to you.
I know. I'm sorry.
They
But you
won't
know
think you a traitor, Coach. They
I'm
won't think
here
you a
and I'm
traitor.
embracing Titletown, as they call it here in Green Bay. But let's talk about last season. Obviously, it didn't end exactly how you wanted it to. A loss to the Eagles in the wild card round. But now it's a reset. New season, 3 days into training camp. What are the expectations for the guys you're seeing out there?
The expectations are that these guys are going to compete to the best of their ability and get better every day. And I think that gives you a chance. So obviously a lot of things got to go your way throughout the course of the season to get to the ultimate goal. But I mean, I have a hard time looking past today. So we're going to take it one day at a time.
Coach, you're an extreme competitor. That's the only way you get to be the head coach of this storied franchise. Last year, the ups and downs of not having Jordan and having to work with Malik, seeing the creativity in the run game, how exciting was it for you to come into this building and game plan every week and put your team in a space to win?
Well, I think it speaks to the talent that we have on our roster and the versatility that we have with all our players, and certainly our coaching staff did a great job. I think Adam Stenovich, he's kind of the mastermind behind our run game. He does a hell of a job, and we've got a lot of great guys that make my job a heck of a lot easier. So, I mean, it's a collective effort. You know, you played this game. You know better than I do, shoot, in terms of it takes everybody. It takes all 11 on offense, all 11 on defense, and then on special teams as well. So, and I'm confident we got a lot of great people.
We talked to Jordan Love a little bit ago, and you know, obviously says all the right things, knows exactly what the expectations are here in Green Bay. But now he's entering year 3 as a starter. What have you seen from him in terms of growth year after year? He obviously went through some injuries last year, the way he's responded, all of that.
Yeah, I mean, he has definitely matured a lot as a football player and as a man, as a person. Certainly from the day we drafted him, he's grown up, and it's been kind of fun to watch, seeing the guy grow and feel comfortable and taking that initiative, taking charge. I've really seen him step up and take that leadership role on, which I think is kind of incumbent upon that quarterback to be the man in charge, and he's done a great job with that.
Coach, on many teams I was on, that first goal was always win the division. And to a guy, every one of the players we interviewed knew what your division record was last year. How much has that been a focus for this team to understand how important those games are in this tough NFC North division?
Yeah, we've got a great division. I think that's what makes this fun, is just how competitive each and every week is. But the reality is we were a fingernail away from being 0-6 in our division. So it's going to be a competitive deal, and our guys are embracing that challenge each and every day. And it's at the forefront of our mind for sure, because you win your division, you're insured to get into the playoffs, and not only into the playoffs, but host a playoff game in Lambeau, which I think is a tough place to play the later it gets into the year.
No doubt. You invested in your offensive line this offseason. Obviously, a point of focus. Also, the wide receiving room, drafting not 1 but 2 wide receivers in the draft. So the point of emphasis on offense now, offensive line, receiver. What do you make of that?
Competition, and we're going to play the best people, and that's the beauty of it. When you have a lot of guys vying for opportunity, and it doesn't necessarily, I mean, we've played at times 6, 7 linemen throughout a course of a game and just rotate those guys, and conversely with the receivers as well, is we're not afraid to play a lot of people, and those guys are going to have to fight for their opportunities.
Coach, you guys continuously stay in the playoff hunt. You guys are competitive in the NFC year after year. What are you looking for this year to get that edge, to get that extra step where you guys get an opportunity to bring a Lombardi back to Titletown?
Yeah, I think we just got to capitalize on the opportunity. When you're in those situations, you got to make the plays necessary to come out on top. And the one thing that has been really cool with our team is 2 years in a row, the youngest team in the National Football League. And I'm sure, I don't know where we'll stack up this year, but our guys have experience and they've been in those situations. And I think that there's a lot that can be said for that.
I'm not trying to bring up something negative, but last year the receivers struggled with holding on to the football, led the league in drops last year. And so how do you remedy that? How do you remedy that as we head into a new year?
I think you can't worry about it. I think you just go out there and compete every day. And if you make it too big, obviously that's part of their job. Right, so the expectation is when it's thrown their way, they're going to make the play. So, but, you know, for me personally, I've got a lot of confidence in those guys, and I see the work that they put in. And I mean, shoot, they've it's 3 days in, so I don't want to make it too big of a thing, but they've been off to a pretty good start thus far.
Coach, Jeff Hafley's entering his 2nd year, and I saw him walking off the field, and I just told him I love the way that he coaches defense. I love the aggression that they play with. Headed into the 2nd year, you're replacing some corners. What is your expectation of this defense and how they can get better now with Coach having his imprint on this team?
Well, what's exciting is I think we all came in with a vision of what we were going to be, and certainly morphed away from that because, and this speaks to the creativity of Hafley and his ability to put players in position to go out there and showcase what they can do and make plays. And I thought what was exciting about our defense is throughout the course of the season, we continued to get better and better and better. And I think, you know, that in that playoff game versus Philly, I thought we played a pretty dominant defensively, and it just didn't do enough in other areas.
Since you became a head coach here in Green Bay 6 years ago, no team has won more games than the Green Bay Packers in the NFC. It's an impressive feat. As you continue to grow as a head coach too, how have you evolved?
I think in a lot of ways, in terms of you're ever evolving, and if you don't, you're going to be left in the dust. But, you know, it really doesn't matter what we've done. All that matters is what we're going to do, and I think we're focused on the task at hand, and I know that's the goal for all these teams, but I think if you truly embrace that and embody that and live by that, you set yourself up for success.
Yeah, Coach, today is about Wisconsin, and it's about these great fans and the great sports teams here. You know, what has it been like to be the head coach of such a storied franchise in a place that absolutely loves their team?
Well, I had no idea what I was getting into when I got hired, and it kind of gives me chills just thinking about it. Just, you know, when we travel, whether, you know, we're in Wisconsin or we're in another state, you're in an airport, you see Packer fans everywhere you go, and I mean, it's a pretty special feeling, that's for sure. And the people of this state are so friendly, so welcoming. And I grew up in Michigan, so. You know, I grew up watching Barry Sanders, so that was the team I kind of rooted for, but certainly not anymore. But the people of this state remind me a lot of kind of where I grew up, and so that's extra special to me.
That's awesome.
Coach, we really appreciate you taking the time. Go easy on my Bears this year.
Ain't no
had
easy,
to say it.
Ain't no
you
easy on game day, Shae.
I got to get out of the way now. We appreciate it, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely. Thanks.